By the end of tonight, I will be a hero, just like you, Batman.
Oh boy, right from the start this game is trying to prove how smart it is by showing me religious imagery. What do you want to bet this image will become relevant later on? Safe hidden behind painting cliché. SD cards in Gotham instantly load up whatever is stored on them without selecting anything. No one would ever store porn on their cell phones if that's how that worked. There was no way Two-Face could have snuck up on Catwoman here because the only entrance to this room was right behind her, and we can see behind her. Plus Two-Face came from Catwoman's right side.
You won't get away with this. I already have.
You won't get away with this, I already have cliché. Man, Gotham City news channels have a serious gender bias problem when only one female reporter shows up to cover Bruce Wayne's press conference, and every single other reporter is a man.
The infamous Playboy millionaire has never been one to—
It's billionaire, Vicky. Millionaires are so last year.
Just a bit of advice, if you're trying to get the people of Gotham on your side in order to shut down Arkham City, probably best not to come across as a rich asshole on live TV.
Every inmate from Arkham Asylum and Blackgate Prison has been relocated to this facility. How can this be safe for the people of Gotham?
I'm more interested in how it was approved in the first place. Walling off an entire district of the city and relocating the population had to cost billions. Not to mention all the human rights violations creating an escape from Los Angeles-style prison would create. Does the ACLU know about this? Shooting tear gas into a crowd and then running into your own tear gas is the exact opposite of how you use tear gas. You're not even wearing gas masks.
Capturing Bruce Wayne is so much easier than Batman. And now that we have you, Protocol 10 is ready to begin.
I'm just going to spoil everything right now and tell you Protocol 10 is just rounding up all the criminals in Gotham in one place and then killing them. There is nothing in that plan that required you to capture Batman first. In fact, not involving the friggin' Batman should be step 1 on your checklist. So you've captured Bruce Wayne, who you know to be Batman, and you just dump him into Arkham City even though nothing in your plan calls for Batman to be present there? Why not just kill him right now? Save yourself the trouble and do it while you have him chained to a chair. You are putting the one man who can stop you into the best place to stop you. Everyone else in Arkham City is wearing a jumpsuit except Bruce, who gets to wear the suit he was taken prisoner in. Taking a lead pipe to the back of the head is usually fatal. At the very least, Bruce should have some major brain damage. Penguin's glass bottle monocle is cool, but I cannot think of a single logical way this could happen. The bottle would have to have been broken, but the assailant would have to put down the good part with a makeshift handle, grab the awkward bottom end, then jam it straight forward with an open palm. No one would do that. Plus, how would you manage to pull off such an awkward attack during a bar fight? And how would you pierce bone with glass? I know I've harped on this seemingly insignificant detail for far too long, but goddammit, this pisses me off. If Batman can airdrop his suit into Arkham City, it stands to reason that he could have dropped himself in rather than allow himself to be captured during his press conference. Penguin grabbed Bruce right outside the museum, which is his base of operations, but for some reason he dragged Bruce halfway across Arkham City right next to the courthouse just so he could beat him in a random alley.
Objection! Overruled. Time to die.
I vote for a stay of execution.
There will be order in this court. Your motion to dismiss is overruled. Court is adjourned. I could go on for quite a while with court-related puns, but I think you already get the point. Judge Dredd wouldn't abuse court puns this badly. How did you manage to tie both his hands and feet that quickly? That's just impressive. If you want me to believe you just hid that smartphone between your boobs, you might want to ensure your cleavage isn't on full display. There is nothing between your boobs except my hopes and dreams. I know trying to apply logic to anything the Joker does is pretty much useless, but in this case I'm going to because this is just bad writing. How did the Joker even know Batman would end up in Arkham City to begin with? How did he know Catwoman would be captured by Two-Face and put on trial? And then there's the whole point of how if Batman and Catwoman weren't standing in front of this exact window, the Joker could never have taken the shot and gotten Batman's attention. His sniper rifle is remote controlled after all, so he couldn't reposition if they stood anywhere else.
I think you should do what he says. It would be a shame to get blood all over my nice new outfit. What do you think, Batbrain? Like it? What am I saying? Of course you do! Who wouldn't?
You're not voice acted by Arlene Sorkin, which means you're not Harley Quinn in my opinion. All respect to Tara Reid, but it's just not the same. What would you have done if there wasn't a wire stretched between the walls of the furnace for you to grab onto? Hell, I'm pretty sure I could go through all of Batman's comics, movies, and games and ask that same question with only slightly different wording about multiple things. Batman may not have superpowers, but he sure does have convenient bullshit on his side.
What the hell are you doing here? You're supposed to be dead!
You left your men with the order to kill Batman if he moved, and furthermore, he's fucking Batman. Why would you think a few goons would be enough to take him down? You can either be Batman or you can be MacGyver, but you can't be both. That's just overpowered. Pulling out whatever that was and turning it into a shock rifle in just a few seconds is a bit of a stretch even for Batman. Okay, now you definitely have to be brain damaged.
Gives this kitten some time to play.
I always tell myself that I'd prefer internal monologue rather than see characters talk out loud to themselves. But having seen multiple examples of it in this game, I'm now of the opinion that it's equally as bad. I'd really like to know how Catwoman can cling upside down to ceilings while in high-heel boots. Foliage panties. Wait, should I really count that as a sin? Part of me knows that's impractical, but the other part doesn't give a damn and is saying, hey, foliage panties. Nice. I've seen enough Japanese porn to know where this is going. That I had to admit to knowing a lot about Japanese porn means this sin gets dinged twice.
Nice of you to say, but you of all people should know there's plenty wrong with me.
This sin is for all the people who think Heath Ledger was a better Joker than Mark Hamill. You're just wrong. Admit it.
Because now, there's a teeny little bit of me in you too, bats!
On one hand, this is sin-worthy because pumping Joker's blood into Batman without first making sure they shared a blood type would likely kill Batman outright. And on the other hand, it's sin-worthy because Joker has been living with Titan poisoning for 6 months, yet it will kill Batman in just a few hours. If Joker is dying of Titan poisoning, why isn't Poison Ivy? She was injected with Titan back at Arkham Asylum too, and if she cured herself, why doesn't Joker or Batman go to her for a cure?
Oh, didn't I say? I've spent weeks shipping samples of my blood to emergency rooms all over the city.
Do the hospitals in Gotham do blood transfusions without first checking the blood, even when said blood was shipped to them from Arkham City? And since this has been going on for weeks, according to the Joker, there should have already been several deaths and the hospital should already be checking for contaminated blood and have stopped using any of it by now. Batman can somehow triangulate the location of a radio jamming device without the other reference point you would need to actually do it. It's called triangulate for a reason. Possibly the most pointless elevator ever. It goes up only one floor and has no exit at the top. It literally exists just so people can reach this particular part of the ceiling and blow it open.
When you're done in here, feel free to join me in the Iceberg Lounge so I can kick your ass again.
Why are you leaving? You have Batman right where you want him, frozen to a wall. You turn around right now and shoot him like a good villain. There's comic book villainy, and then there is just plain stupid. Considering how small Mr. Freeze's life support container is, I think Batman just poured all of it out. What happened to those two captured police officers who were on the iceberg with you when Penguin detonated the bomb?
I gave you the opportunity to end this and walk away, but oh no. You had to be the big man.
No, you didn't. You literally invited Batman to join you in the Iceberg Lounge so you could fight him.
Well, guess what? From up here, you look pretty small.
Short villain mocks hero about height when he's standing a level above him cliché. This trope will never be as insulting as people believe it is. That remote looks exactly like the remote Batman used to disable Freeze's freeze gun. Batman should be electrocuted. Apparently the molecules needed to create a cure for Titan poisoning are H2O, HC3, and RP9. HC3 is Scale Computing's visualization system, and RP9 is a file format, so this is pretty much the nerdiest Easter egg ever.
His name is Ra's al Ghul.
Bring him to me. All I need is a sample of his blood.
I kind of wonder what would have happened if Batman and Mr. Freeze hadn't had this conversation right where one of Ra's al Ghul's ninjas could overhear it, and how she would have escaped if Mr. Freeze hadn't cracked the glass. Pretty fortunate set of events considering neither of them knew Ra's al Ghul would come up when discussing the cure and that Batman would need a way to find him. Hell, it's pretty damn convenient that Ra's al Ghul's secret base is under Arkham City to begin with. I always thought that Batman and Robin were the heroes that didn't have superpowers. Turns out Robin has Deus Ex Machina locator sense.
I'll get into the hospitals and come back. You need my help here.
I can handle it. You're needed in Gotham.
Even Batman doesn't want Robin in this game.
If Strange really knows who you are, what happens if he tells everyone?
Why hasn't Strange told everyone that Batman is Bruce Wayne? He threatened to do just that if Batman tried to stop him, and Batman is clearly trying to stop him. So why is he just sitting on that bombshell?
How will you...
Trust me. I'll find a way.
That in no way answered Robin's legitimate question, but apparently hero confidence is all anyone needs. No backup plans necessary. Robots from the turn of the century not only had cloud storage, but HD video recording.
It looks like a sword fits here.
I'm just going to call that helpful coincidence an act of God, or whatever counts as God in the DC universe.
Bruce, you can hear me, can't you?
DC's reliance on Batman's dead parents and their chalk-out lines for a quick emotional wake isn't quite as annoying or as prevalent as Marvel's reliance on Peter Parker's dead uncle and his oft-repeated line about great responsibility, but I'm going to state it's starting to come a bit close.
How long have I got?
Oh, thank God. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. At this rate, I'd say minutes.
Since Batman only has mere minutes to live, then I have to assume the Joker is already dead, right? And all those people poisoned in Gotham Hospital? They must be dead or dying as well, right? Right? I speak for everyone who's ever played this game when I say, fuck this part. Fuck this part in particular. There was a chalice and pedestal in this room when Batman entered. After his hallucination, both are missing. Okay, I'm a huge sucker for a well-done God course, and this is a well-done God course, so that's -1 sin, I guess. Batman happens to have an advanced hypodermic needle thingy on him just for taking blood samples.
What kind of a man sacrifices his own daughter?
Yeah, that does sound pretty bad, but you are urging Batman to kill your own father, which sounds equally as bad to me.
I thought you loved me, Bruce. I thought you were ready to join our crusade.
Why would you ever think Batman is prepared to join your genocidal crusade to kill everyone you don't like? What about his history has made you think he will ever meet you halfway on that?
Bruce, it's not good. Gotham General has at least 30 confirmed cases. There are nearly 50 at Mercy, and it's looking like the pattern repeats all over the city.
I've run a simulation. Joker's blood could be in as many as 2,000 people by the morning.
The only reason Batman is even alive right now is because he drank a small amount of Raish's Lazarus juice. Yet none of the 2,000 victims poisoned by the Joker are dead.
The formula is complete. The bonding process appears to have been successful.
I'm pretty certain you have to test that first. Unless science now accepts that the color of your chemicals is all you need to tell if something worked or not. Screw clinical trials, am I right? Good thing we have the override code for Mr. Freeze's ice gun. What's that? We can't use it here? That makes sense. I'd really like to know how Harley knew Freeze locked the cure in this safe and that he even perfected the cure. She wasn't there to see any of that. This playing card is floating in midair.
I've been working on a new projectile system. Maybe these will provide the edge you need.
I have a freeze gun that will cover anything I shoot with ice, but you know what I really need? Ice grenades to do the same thing, only less effectively. This helicopter manages to gain altitude after having its tail rudder blown off.
Imagine your favorite TV show. You've been through it all. The ups, the downs, the crazy coincidences, and then bang! They tell you what it's all about. Would you be happy? Does it make sense? How come it all ended in a church?
Joker would be really fucking good at game sense. He just asked all the same questions I have about this game, minus the church part. Does several tons of falling debris ever crush someone in fiction instead of just pinning them to the floor? Batman should be a pancake right now. Did Poison Ivy just sit here for hours with Catwoman strung up from her vines? I mean, that happened back at the beginning of the game, and yet these two haven't moved an inch. Could someone return Marcellus Wallace's briefcase already? It keeps popping up in my entertainment and making me think of much better entertainment. Strange has a security camera on the ceiling of the steel mill, which Joker controls, and that camera is looking straight down at Batman, who was buried under rubble when the roof collapsed. The roof that the camera is apparently attached to. Am I the only one who sees the problem here? And why is the security feed showing up on this one random monitor in a vault where Catwoman is anyway? Well, that was easy. Considering all the other bullshit Batman is capable of doing, I'm surprised he needed help here.
We need to talk. And I know you wouldn't be able to live with yourself if your actions caused this poor man to die.
Nice strategy, Strange. But any particular reason you didn't keep that needle pointed at the hostage? Batman wouldn't have fought back if it meant the hostage would die. This is really starting to get on my nerves. Why is it that in every game monitors have lousy reception? I have to question Strange's plan of killing every inmate in Arkham City with helicopters. It's not like there aren't plenty of buildings for the inmates to take cover in. It would have been much easier to keep them locked away than line them all up and gun them down Stalin style.
Oracle, shut this place down.
My pleasure.
Flipping one switch is enough to allow Oracle to deactivate Protocol 10. How her hacking a computer is going to shut down armed attack choppers is beyond me.
Hugo. Strange!
How in the hell would Raw get behind Strange to stab him when Batman is looking right in the direction he would have to come from?
When you came to me with Batman's identity...
Considering that your daughter Talia already knew who Batman was, why did you need Strange to tell you? You know, villains having self-destruct systems in their lairs just so there can be an exciting escape sequence are so common at this point it should be considered breaking the fourth wall.
Talia, no!
Do any of the villains in this game ever notice anything? Joker was standing right behind Talia. He should have noticed that she was no longer tied up. If that reflection was the real Joker, how come Batman didn't notice the reflection in the mirror didn't jump down when Clayface did? And for this trick to actually work, Joker would have had to mirror the room on the other side of the glass panel. This game is clearly set in modern times, but this theater is playing movies from the 50s. Beats me how all these bombs just appeared out of nowhere all over the floor. This is one of those sins where there's nothing you can say to make it funny, so I'm just dinging it and running towards the end. I've seen enough falling swords in fiction to know that will stick in the ground right next to Batman's head. Yeah, Batman is drinking the cure, but considering how long it actually takes for ingested medicine to have an effect and that Batman only has minutes to live at this point, he should still be screwed. Yeah, sure, why not? That's a thing you can totally plan to happen by sticking a sword in a control panel. Well, I guess all those people Joker poisoned are screwed. That was the last of the cure, and Ra's al Ghul is dead, so you can't make any more, so nice job saving the people, hero. You can still totally drink that and save your life. Yeah, it'll cost you your dignity, but I don't think the Joker has any to begin with. Wow. So deep.
There's plenty wrong with me.